Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming. It's the last of our morning media briefings here in Venice. The next one will be in Newport at the end of June. We have Ian Murray, the Regatta Director, here with us, Stephen Barkley, the interim head of ACEA, and Bruno from Louis Vuitton. And Ian, I'll start with you just with today's program on the water.
Okay, today's going to be probably not as much wind as we'd hoped for. We were hoping to have up to 15 knots, but that whole weather system has been delayed getting here, so we're probably more into what you've seen. Hopefully we'll have around 8 knots. So we're attempting to start with the speed trial, which might be more of a parade trial, and we're going to attempt to sail on port tack at probably around 120, 130 degrees, true wind angle into St Mark's Square. So we'll be doing that at the bottom of the course. If the breeze is around that 130 degrees wind direction, we're probably going to have to come up the top to run the match racing, and then the start of the race will be up there as well. So what we've done today, because I was quite concerned about the integrity of the courses yesterday, and we got caught up in something we never envisaged happening, is that the boat's getting lapped, and it compromised our ability to move the course around. So we've been in consultation with the competitors this morning, and we've agreed a new course with them. We're actually going to do a leg in and out of St Mark's back to halfway up the canal, so we can maintain the beach, and it will still be a long lap, so we won't get those short laps and people getting lapped, which is difficult. So that will be a 3-lap course effectively, and we won't have gates at the bottom. Effectively, the course will be around the Louis Vuitton first mark and then downwind as it normally is. We'll go to Mark 2, which will be a port hand jibe mark, and then round into St Mark's Square it will be another starboard hand jibe, and then up to Mark 2, and then back up to the windward gates, and effectively we'll do that, finish on the 3rd time at the bottom. So that's what we're planning to do today. Yesterday we were planning to sail in 130 degree wind, but it wasn't too kind to us and went round to 160 and 170 at times, and then when that happens the channel becomes very narrow.
All right, thanks, Ian. Certainly a challenging time for the race committee and the competitors on these race courses, but it has produced some fantastic shows. And Stephen, maybe I can get you to talk a little bit about the reaction of the people in Naples and how the event feels about not just this event here. Sorry, well, not just this event here in Venice, but the 2 events in Italy that we've had this over the past 5 weeks.
I mean, it's been simply amazing to see the crowds. I mean, I think the television shots yesterday, the down low camera going through the fleet and seeing the crowd along St Mark's was just fantastic. And also an interesting thing I thought was also the camera angle the other way, going back again through the fleet and looking at all the boats, and that's even with a little grandstand in there. It's simply spectacular. The Italians certainly love the America's Cup and sailing. It's been great.
What are the official numbers from yesterday in terms of boats and spectators? You have some figures?
The city is saying their estimate was around 100,000 spectators.
And what about boats?
And just somewhere between 900 and 1,000 boats.
No, I didn't believe that. And then they got the photo out and they counted them up.
I was in the middle of the fleet with a little boat. Incredible. We have a lot of firsts here because it's the first time in America's Cup that we have some boats being lapped. I've never seen that before.
Particularly as it was the winner of the previous race.
Yeah. Well, Bruno, just your impressions. I mean, you've been involved in the America's Cup for 30 years. This event's been quite special.
Yes, for sure. Russell and Stephen and Vision is working. both Naples and Venice were extraordinary venues, and we feel the passion of the public. I was in the middle of the fleet yesterday with a little toppeta, and I could, like a soccer game, you could see all those Italians cheering, and when Luna Rossa was passing by, I mean, it's a unique country and it's a unique group of fans. I've never seen that before. And I hope that the Rhode Island people will be up to that level, but I'm not sure.
You just put me off, talking about like a soccer crowd.
Thanks, Bruno. Are there any questions for Ian or Stephen or Bruno? From any of the folks here? Yeah?
The finishes of the match, are you going to try to do them in St. Mark's today?
Of the match racing?
Yeah. No, okay.
The finish will be in the regular course.
I spoke to a gondola fellow this morning, and there's a Saints Festival race today, I believe.
There's a parade of sail this morning.
It's done, it's gone.
It's finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not finished, but on the way.
It's a very long-standing tradition here in Venice.
Yeah.
And the 45s have gone out and participated in the parade this morning. So I think there's hundreds of boats involved. And
Yeah, there's several pink gondolas I saw this morning.
The fleet race, the final fleet race, which is also
Yeah.
so important,
I thought it was
will be on the
breast
normal
cancer.
course up to San Marco.
yeah,
Will not be outside.
no. We'll essentially start where we did yesterday. And I've got to say, the security, police, Coast Guard, those people here have been unbelievably great. The way they have controlled the people, and the people have, respect what they tell them. We cleaned out a lot of area yesterday to make room for the match race, and they pushed back in what had been designated the spectator zone. And earlier in the day, they cleared the transit, the emergency lane, and allowed us to put the boundary right up against the wall, which was wonderful. Unfortunately, the breeze didn't play the part and send the boats to the wall, nor sent them to the other side. But the controlling forces of the harbour here, the harbour and the Coast Guard and everyone have just been, magnificent.
So for the fleet race, whatever the wind direction, you will have a course up to San Marco.
Effectively, we're having an L course.
Yeah.
So we try to sail the upwind, downwind part, and then we'll have a spinnaker fetch in, and then a fetch back to the bottom, and then up, down.
Okay.
And
All right, thank you. So the program on the water is 13:50 is the start of the speed trial, followed immediately by the match racing final, Artemis Racing and Luna Rossa Piranha, and then the fleet racing. As you know, this race, there's 30 points to the winner. So we have 4 boats that are within 1 point at the top, but really the winner of the race today is almost certainly to be the winner overall. 7 teams can jump to the lead. And so Artemis and Piranha are the teams looking to do the double. They still have a chance of winning both the fleet racing and match racing championship here today. So keep your eye on that. And racing starting at 13:50. The speed trial will be on the TVs in here as well.
How many times will there be between the end of the match race and, let's say, 5 minutes before the fleet race?
how much time?
Between
the end of
match
the match
racing
race
and
and
the
the start of
fleet racing.
The match race is due to start at 14:40, and the fleet races are 3
10
o'clock.
past 3?
Yeah, so
3:10.
3:10.
3:10,
So
sorry, yeah.
3:10.
it's
10
5-10 minutes.
Okay.
5-10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
there's
much
not going
time
to
at
be
all.
much time.
Not very much time at all.
What about the schedule after the race? They are coming back to the Arsenal lane, mixed zone, and then after price.
So the boats are coming to the moorings,
Okay.
and then the competitors are coming off to the mixed zone, and then to the prize giving.
Okay.
And the prize giving is over by the Louis Vuitton exhibition. The stage gets moved over there as it was for the opening ceremony. So it takes place over on that corner of the Arsenal.
And there's a concert in here again tonight till 10 o'clock, I think.
How many laps are the speed trials today? Wind giving?
Yeah, look, it's going to be 1 or 2 rounds. So we're starting at 13:50, and obviously we want to be back and
Set up.
ready to race up the top. So we've got to get up and get positioned.
And as Ian said, the forecast a little better than we thought yesterday in terms of the weather. It's sunny, a bit of cloud coming in this afternoon. We thought we'd have rain. It doesn't look like we'll have that, but probably a little bit less wind than we would have thought, so 8 to 10 knots.
We just need you to pray for 130 degrees wind direction as opposed to 180.
Do you have any figure about the people coming to the village yesterday?
It's 14,500 people counted yesterday.
14,000.
500 inside the village.
That's big.
All right, folks, thank you very much. We'll see you in Newport next month.